Hello, everybody. I'm Hazel, and welcome back to 2064 Read Only Memories. So, last time we explored this room pretty thoroughly, and we wrote an article about the headphones that we were supposed to write, because we review stuff like that, I guess. Kind of like the father from Gone Home, who reviews tech stuff, maybe specifically audio stuff. I don't really know. I assume I'm not going to be doing much more of that in the game, but we'll see. And then in the night, this little question mark person showed up. Broke in through my highly secure security door. It looks like they accessed my computer. And we're going to see what they want from me. So let's see what's going on.
I'm honestly not sure why most humans still have such lengthy sleep cycles. It seems rather inconvenient. Are you significantly opposed to cybernetic augments?
I really like what the hecky, so I'm going to say that. What the hecky?
Oh, I hope you don't mind. While you were asleep, I had some spare time on my hands, so I reorganized your records and entertainment media using BISAC. Once that was done, I found the cleanliness of your living and workspace to be suboptimal conditions for the long-term performance of my microactuators. So I took the liberty of cleaning the place up a bit.
It looks like you just sat on my desk, other than the accessing my computer thing, which you definitely did. But this piece of paper is gone. This is still a mess, though, so I didn't know.
As you awoke, I was attempting to interface and make performance adjustments to your personal computer, but I've run into a bit of a snag.
How did you get in here in the first place?
I came in through the door, of course.
Uh,
The cryptographic algorithms it uses are actually quite atrocious. It only took me 17 trillion clock cycles to break your entry code. It looks rather imposing, but it's actually a knockoff of the SecuGate M/14723-B. Don't feel too bad. I actually cheated a bit when I cross-referenced likely numeric combinations against the stored personal data on you. I'm not certain why you picked the birthday of your first dog, but it would be sufficiently obscure to defeat most casual attempts to enter. Frankly, I felt a little silly that I took the time to do all that once I noticed that the lock on your window is broken. And that you left it open. I know a lot of things. Honestly, it would have taken me longer if I had to enter the codes manually, but it was trivial to slice through the door's firewall and try against the stored data directly.
Okay, creepy little robot.
I would suggest investing in an Insect Model 1355 automatic security door. The 1385 is newer, but I find the added attack vector introduced by the integrated voice commands isn't worth the convenience. The 1355 also has 300 5-star reviews on Congo.
My Windows lock is broken?
Yes, I attempted to repair it, but it uses a proprietary bolt head I am not equipped to remove. I took the liberty of filing a maintenance request with your building superintendent.
Again?
Considering the speed at which he has historically worked, I estimate it will take him 16 working days to complete the repair. Not quite to my standards.
Yeah. What was that about my computer?
Unfortunately, your motherboard seems to have had a critical failure while I was attempting to remove some particularly nasty malware. An electrical surge caused significant damage to several other components as well.
So, you're telling me that you destroyed my computer. You destroyed my computer. I don't have money. I don't have money to buy a new computer. And you came in and you destroyed my computer. I really hope that you are paying for that. Because I cannot afford a new computer and I need it to live. And I do not know if we have libraries in this world.
I would consider it no great loss, though. Why were you using that dinosaur to begin with?
Because it's all I can afford.
Don't fret.
All my work was on there.
I did manage to back up your data drive's contents on my storage before the crash. Additionally, I am willing to serve as your personal computer until you can procure a replacement or provide the parts necessary for me to make the repairs. It is the least I can do.
Do you have, like, a keyboard that I can interface with? Or do I have to, like, talk to you? Because I work a lot better from typing. In my limited fashion than I do from, like, talking to a robot so that it writes my stuff. That's nice, but you still haven't told me why you're here.
I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to engage you in any sort of subterfuge, but I tend to ramble on a bit when I'm nervous. I have all the necessary protocols, but I've never actually spoken to another person besides Hayden until now.
Hayden. That's the person who gave me this poster. I think. Hayden? You know Hayden Weber?
Well, saying I know Hayden is putting it simply, but yes.
I haven't seen Hayden in over a year. Where is he?
I don't really know. That's why I'm here. Help me. You aren't quite my only hope, but you're certainly the most statistically supported.
What makes you believe that?
I ran an algorithm against every contact in Hayden's address book. Based on the combined deductions of personal profile, directness of connection to Hayden, occupational skill, and probable motive, you were the candidate most likely to both be able and willing to help me.
Yeah, I'm a sucker. What can I say?
And the one least likely to be suspected of doing so.
Oh, well, that's probably very useful as well, actually, now that you bring it up. And now I'm a little more scared. I've never looked for a missing person, but I could try.
The numbers don't lie about your investigative skills, but I will admit your total lack of recent successes is worrisome.
We'll see about that.
Don't worry. If Hayden trusted you, I trust you. You're strong-willed and capable. If anything, it's worth trying for Hayden. Earlier tonight, Hayden's apartment was assaulted by some persons unknown to me.
It sounds dangerous.
He seemed frightened, terrified even, and instructed me to escape. I crawled out of a window, and after some deliberation, hurried here. I heard them breaking down the door as I left.
Why would they want Hayden?
He is one of the top researchers at Parallax, but there's no way that alone would be enough to get him kidnapped.
Okay, so, I am this poor audio review person, and I am friends with Hayden, who is one of the top researchers at Parallax, which built all those ROMs. He also built you, I suppose. Okay, so I have a rich friend who I haven't talked to in over a year. Okay. How do I know Hayden?
I I suspect it has to do with me.
Who are you anyway? What do you have to do with it?
Ah, excuse me.
Yes.
I forgot to introduce myself. I've never had the pleasure of doing so before. I am Turing.
Turing. Turing's a thing. It's a thing that I should know, but I can't come up with it. Turing test? Lesbian thing, I think?
I know this must sound quite unflattering, but I suppose you could describe me as one of Hayden's experiments.
Mm-hmm.
He's currently researching advanced machine intelligence at Parallax. I am a personal side project of his. Exploring true artificial sapience.
Mm-hmm.
It's possible that the idea of a sapient machine could scare or tempt an organization into kidnapping him.
Oh, or is the Turing test... The Turing test must be if AI is sentient, which has nothing to do with lesbians, except for all the lesbian AI. Okay. Okay, so it's that one. It has to pass the test in order to be sentient. Okay. Yeah, the human people probably
Either
took
to
a crack
stop
at him.
his research or to take it and use it for themselves.
Oh, that's true as well. How are you any different from any other ROM?
A regular ROM has virtual intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
They can appear rather smart, even human-seeming when you talk to them. But they're just cleverly programmed to respond to a variety of situations in an organic manner.
Mm-hmm.
They aren't in any way self-deterministic. As for myself, much of my code wasn't actually written by Hayden, but rather compiled during my infancy as I learned to interact with the world around me.
Mm-hmm.
But despite my ability to self-modify my code, I am afraid to adapt or develop any further without Hayden's guidance.
Okay. Yeah. You're scared. I can see that. You probably should. And you probably will, because I don't know if you can really stop that, because you're going to be taking in new knowledge and learning, and that's probably just going to adapt your behaviors. I mean, I don't know how you work, but it seems like that would be how it would work.
Did he only program me with the illusion of free will?
How would you know one way or the other?
How would you?
Right?
Hayden once told me that his desire to create artificial life stemmed from his need to find out. But I can't say I have any new insight into the question.
Yeah, I don't know how his doing that would give him any knowledge in that either, because he still wouldn't know about you if you appeared to have free will, whether it was any more real or not than his.
How can any of us tell that we aren't just puppets dancing to someone else's will?
I think we're getting a little too philosophical here.
You're right. I apologize for the tangent.
Was anyone out for Hayden?
I don't know. I'm not certain who would benefit the most from taking Hayden prisoner. Admittedly, Hayden has become increasingly paranoid as of late, and has warned me to stay alert. But he would never specify anyone I should fear when I asked.
Yeah. Isn't that how it goes?
It's not as though he has any obvious enemies. There are several multinational corporations that could make use of his engineering skills, but I can't imagine any of them would go as far as snatching him.
Well then, I guess we should get started.
Indeed, time is of the essence. I took the liberty of charging the auto cab fare from here Hayden's apartment to your personal finance account, and the car has just arrived.
You don't have access to Hayden's, huh? Somebody who actually has money? Oh, I don't have money. I can totally afford that. Lead the way. I don't have the money for this.
That's strange.
What strange terrain?
Well, the door for our home seems to have already been repaired.
That is quite interesting.
I'm certain my audio sensors picked up the sounds of his assailants breaking the lock.
So that means that somebody's trying to cover up that they broke in and took him. I mean, that's not my option. Perhaps a maintenance robot took care of it?
It's possible. Most of the repairs to the building are handled by the automated systems. At best, it means someone is aware there's a situation here. Let's proceed carefully.
Yes.
Oh, a lucky break. It seems my access codes still work.
Yeah, that's also suspicious.
Hayden's door has far better security than yours does.
Just be careful.
Will do.
Stuff on the floor. It doesn't look like there's much of a struggle.
I'm not surprised. Hayden is not the most physically intimidating of individuals. I doubt he could have fought off a serious assault. I should have stayed and tried to protect him.
Aren't you programmed against harming humans?
Of course not. How
Yeah.
silly.
Yeah!
To make a machine intelligence truly self-deterministic, it must be able to self-modify. Any sapient worth their silicon would be able to code around such an inhibitor eventually. I could rip your arm off right now if I cared to.
Are you strong enough for that? Your limbs look very small. I mean, they could also be very strong. I mean, you've got good ball joints up in your shoulders. Comforting, Turing. Why don't you?
I won't for the same reason you don't go around randomly killing people. The social contract, as a useful construct, is just as apparent to me as it is to you. It simply isn't acceptable to go on a murderous rampage.
Glad we're clear on that one.
Self-defense and defense of one's home and family is typically allowed, though. I could have and may even have been obligated to come to Hayden's defense. But
You did the right thing by escaping.
Excellent point. Let's start searching for clues.
Okay. Let's see. We have another plant. We have some photos, ROM parts. And we got this big window back here. Stack of books, computer, broken tech, memory card. Game consoles, TV. Okay, let's start with the photos. Look. Pictures of Hayden traveling all over the world. Working at a company like Parallax ensures she'll be more than well off. Use photos. The sentiment is understood, but you probably won't forget what Hayden looks like anytime soon. Use an item on photos. I don't see why I would do that. Plant. Look at plant. This plant is doing much better than the one at home. Use plant. Pause off. Based on your track record, it's for the best. ROM parts. Look.
Hayden spends so much of his time at home building ROMs, as if he doesn't do enough of that at work.
Use ROM parts. What reason would you have for taking this? You don't even own a ROM. Books. Book.
Oh, I think I see something under those reference books.
Use stack of books. Tablet. Book.
Ah, that device. I find it rather annoying that he prefers to go basic rather than entrust me with his schedule. It is well within my skill set, but he claims he does not want me to begin to feel subservient to him. It looks like there's a place here for a physical memory card.
Use tablet.
Without the memory card, this tablet is useless.
Look. Television is looping through some of Hayden's feeds. Tech banter, Ed's code tips, augmented eye. Use TV. There are no buttons on the screen, and there's no need to watch TV right now. Game consoles. Look. A few vintage video game consoles. Hayden was always a fan of old tech. There's a Mega 16, a Dural, and even a Familink. Use game consoles. We gain the strength of the temptation we resist. So you'll probably become a rad video game wizard now. Nice. Broken tech. Look. A ROM component in Hayden's headset. You must have been in the middle of working on something. Busted. You must have dropped it in the skirmish. Memory card. Look. It looks like an old high-density memory card. Something in the room might be able to read it. Pick up memory card. Memory card added to items. Okay, computer. Look.
That's Hayden's computer. Most people just use a hand screen or goggles in conjunction with their ROM, but desktop rigs like this are still more suitable to the intensive programming tasks Hayden needs to perform.
Desktops are best. It is true. You know how to get in? There might be clues.
Unfortunately, no, I don't. And before you ask, I don't think I would be able to break past its security in any reasonable length of time. Your door used a much simpler...
Yeah, you hacked through my door. Why can't you?
Much weaker processor. I actually have a bit less free processing power than a regular ROM, despite my powerful CPU. Much of those extra clock cycles are used to maintain my complex personality algorithms. Hayden's computer has enough spare processing power to run counter-intrusion software, if I attempt to slice in. Frankly, even if I did have the power capability, I haven't found hacking to be one of my talents.
What does talent have to do with it?
The whole reason humans have always been better at breaking into systems than the systems are at keeping them out is because humans have intuition. While computers can only think in straight lines, humans can think sideways and upside down. I lack that ability.
Are you incapable of that kind of creative leap?
Well, I wouldn't say that, but as silly as it sounds, I just don't think I'm very good with computers. I do seem to have some skill with painting, though.
Ooh. I'd like to see some of your art sometime.
Hayden was impressed with some of my pieces, but I'm not sure he has a firm enough grasp of early 20th century abstract expressionism to give me an objective opinion.
Oh. I mean, that's not really my scene either. Abstract art doesn't seem like something a robot would be good at.
That's true. Machines are best at reproduction. Still life, impressionism, photorealism. But I find it more challenging and satisfying to paint what I feel.
Let's get back to searching. Window. Look.
Hayden likes the natural light that this apartment affords. This window here is where I escaped from. It is a considerable distance to the ground below.
Are you sturdy enough to survive that kind of fall?
Critical system damage would be unlikely, but I would certainly have damaged my legs beyond repair, so... I took the fire escape.
Of course you did. Use the window. Okay. Tablet. Use an item on the tablet. Use the memory card. Put the thingy in the doohickey. Achievement unlocked.
Hayden must have removed the memory card in order to prevent his assailants from easily tracing his connections. If only he had kept his information stored with me, he would not have had to resort to such crude measures.
The tablet's calendar says he was supposed to meet with someone named Tomcat today. Ring any digital bells?
Not really. I guess we'll have to go ask. Says here they were going to meet at a club called Stardust, located in the Castro district. I'll mark it on your city map.
Thanks.
We can head over there and ask around about this Tomcat character. Perhaps they can shine some light on why Hayden was snatched.
My city map?
Oh, excuse me. I still haven't set up a user account for you in my system.
Nope.
We shouldn't put that off any longer. Once finished, I will have an assortment of new ways to assist you. For example, I'll be able to reroute any call or message that you receive while we're out and about. I just need to ask you a few questions.
Okay.
This is an exciting thing, I promise.
Don't you know literally everything about me already? You knew my dog's first birthday.
This is just how things are done. I'm certain I could spend a few quadrillion clock cycles to bypass that part of my operating system, but that seems less efficient than just running the setup program. So, here we go! Welcome to the first-time user setup for your new relationship and organizational manager, running the latest build of Parallax's live intelligence processing system. I'll need to ask you a few questions, and then you can get right to managing your life with your new ROM.
Thank you.
If you have any questions, feel free to consult our online FAQ and setup guide, or contact our support department directly. First, could you tell me your preferred name for use in account creation, online communications, and conversational speech?
Enter name. Doop, doop, doop. Hazel. That's my name. Any symbols? Doesn't look like it. Pink. Send.
Do you wish to keep this name?
Yes.
Thank you. I have input your name.
That's Hazel. Yes, that's my name.
Next, could you tell me which pronouns I should use for you in referential and conversational speech?
Ooh, it's got more options. Zzier. I mean Zier, if that's how that's right. Or you can do custom pronouns. Nice. Very nice. She, her.
Thank you. I have input your pronouns.
Yeah.
Finally, could you tell me your preferred diet for use in restaurant recommendations?
Omnivorous, vegetarian, halal, kosher, gluten-free, vegan, alcohol-free. Alcohol-free.
Diet set as alcohol-free. Are you sure?
Yeah, I don't like alcohol. That's correct.
Thank you for confirming. I have obtained your physical location from GPS and will load local data into my memory as it becomes available. Please review your submitted profile information for accuracy, or restart setup to enter it again. In review.
Your name is Hazel, your pronouns are she, her, and your diet is alcohol-free.
Sounds right?
Yes. Correct.
Thank you.
Hazel. Ooh, I got an extra exclamation point.
See, that was relatively painless.
I guess.
You should now also be able to access the local map of Neo SF. The meeting with Tomcat isn't until later this evening. Perhaps we should head back to your apartment for now.
I think I did everything I could here. Alright, I'm ready to go.
I'm sure we can find some common ground while getting to know one another better. It
Yeah.
will be an efficient use of our time together.
Yeah.
Thank you for escorting me here.
Thanks for making me pay for a trip in a car that I can't afford.
Let's head back to your home.
Yeah, let's walk. This game does not autosave, so please be sure to save frequently. Oh, we have passed the prologue and moved on to chapter 1. House, bit of a circle. 12, 21, 2064. You know, if I'd read it before.
You know your Crassula ovata isn't doing very well.
Is that my plant there? Yeah, I know it's not.
Have you been overwatering it?
Possibly. I mean, my sink is full of glop, so I don't know where I would be getting water. Don't plants need lots of water?
It's actually a succulent, and since I'm assuming you leave this window open all the time, it should get more than enough water just from the occasional rain blowing in.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of the rain, your decorative plant may be doing poorly, but the mildew in your drywall is flourishing.
Woo! The plant's named Wilty. I got it from a friend a couple months ago.
How thoughtful of them. The Crassula ovata, also known as the jade plant, money tree, lucky tree, or friendship tree, is an excellent and easy to care for houseplant. They make beautiful bonsai, are suitable for beginners, and have some cultural significance both in the Far East and America as a token for good financial luck.
Huh.
Most likely an urban legend, but still a nice gift.
I really like this little guy. Will do. Trying to give my landlord another call.
I have, in fact, already taken the liberty of sending a request to his office.
Oh, thank you.
And considering the broken window, broken sink, and the lingering sense of disrepair, I am not confident he has a history of following through.
No, not really.
I would suggest confronting him in person, but I have run a mesh search, and the man is a convicted felon for assault and battery with a deadly weapon. Perhaps we should bring some sort of a bribe?
I don't have money.
I will continue to formulate a stratagem.
Thank you. What do you want me to do about the plant?
I'd like your authorization to have a few tools shipped here. If I replant it into a more suitable pot with sandier soil, it should be thriving again soon. You just have to remember to water it less frequently. Considering the state of your apartment, I'd have figured you'd neglect it rather than drown it. Since it would be doing better if you had.
Mm-hmm. Your turn. Whatever you want.
Excellent. The supplies should be here soon. I ordered from a place place close by to keep the shipping costs down. Oh, one other thing.
Yes?
When I was doing the research on how to best take care of the Crassula ovata, I stumbled upon the persistent belief that talking to plants improves their health.
Yeah, I just talked to it earlier.
There is scientific evidence that shows there may be something to the notion, but the methodology in the studies was a bit shaky, so it could all be rank superstition. Anyway, I'll have this plant flourishing in no time. If left in direct sunlight, the leaves gain a pretty red tinge to their edges, and it should start flowering in the autumn. It'll really pull the whole room together.
Are we going to play till the autumn? That doesn't seem likely. Playing for almost a whole year in the game, but I guess we'll see.
You know, once we get the safe fixed. Oh, it's almost the time Hayden had scheduled to meet with Tomcat. We should make our way to Stardust soon. Your city map is updated with the location.
Thanks. Map. Let's just look at the map. So this is home. The Stardust Club, which I don't know anything about. Home. Stardust Club. Okay. If I click on it, I can see something. Home. I guess home go. Menu. Save. Save. Yes. Okay. So, that's where we're going to stop the game for now. And I hope that you all enjoyed it. I'm interested. I'm intrigued to see where the story is going. It's an interesting format because there's a lot more text and talking than I'm used to in adventure games, and not as much picking up stuff and exploring the areas. You're just kind of in this one room so far. So yeah, it's interesting, and I'm interested to see where everything's going. So yeah, if you liked, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all next time. Bye!